we've avoided talking about this topic. And I'll tell you why. Everything happening in Minneapolis with ICE and whatnot. Look, this is not a political channel. But I'll just say this. When something is just so pervasive, we kind of have to talk about it. Hollywood celebrities, we think it's new that they say dumb things. Film Threat, when it was a magazine printed in the 80s and 90s, constantly mocked celebrities for their political opinions. We did, back in old issues of Film Threat, we did a thing in Film Threat, in an issue of Film Threat magazine printed in 1991, where we mocked like Meryl Streep. We mocked people wearing ribbons when they went to award shows. We even created a fake charity called Hats for the Homeless. This is a real thing that we did in Film Threat, where we were raising money to give hats to homeless people, and we had celebrities endorsing it. They were fake. It was a fake charity, by the way. But we were mocking celebrities having like weird opinions about politics, or even chiming in about politics. And we've seen them even, we've seen celebrities do things like, repeat the same things over and over. I've got a few clips to show, clips that all connect. But Alan, what's your take on this as I cue these clips up?
My take is, I think I posted on X or something, but my belief is these celebrities either need to continue to work in Hollywood and they do this stuff, or someone's blackmailing them. Because sometimes there was a time where, they were liberal, they were Democrats, but they never went so far. And what bothers me, I think, the most about what's going on is the leaders from on high are basically telling us peons on the ground to sacrifice our lives for the cause, while they sit there rolling in their money, drinking their champagne and their wine, and just laughing at the power they have over the common folk.
Well, let's take a look at this clip with Giancarlo Esposito. Of course, we know from Breaking Bad. He's also in The Mandalorian. I assume he's going to be in Grogu in the Mandalorian movie. But here he is on a red carpet. I assume this is at Sundance from Variety. Let's hear what he has to say. And what we've seen is a lot of people repeat, and the rhetoric has been dumb. And you and I have kind of ignored it, like a celebrity saying dumb. That's a Tuesday in the industry. It's not a new thing. It's been going on for decades. Like I said, in the 90s, Film Threat made fun of celebrities that got on their high horse to tell us what to think and what to do. But I think now we reached a point where it's gone too far. Hear what he has to say.
This is time for a revolution. It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. Some very rich old white men are exerting their power to suppress our own people, thus creating a feeling of civil war in the streets, preparing the haters to hate, teaching them how to shoot. They're not even trained right, to kill. This is all a preparation for a very insidious problem that's happening in our world. And for me, I have to speak out that we will not be iced out. This is not going to happen. They can't take us all down. If the whole world showed up on Putin's doorstep or on the Iranian's doorstep or in Washington, it would they'll kill 550 million, however, but the rest of us would survive with this is time for a revolution. It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. But we have to be strong enough to know that we can change the world. We have to change it from within. So if I'm spiritually ready and right, and I'm ready to understand other people and to agree to disagree with them and say, okay, let's find the solution together. then that starts to change things. Not by deporting immigrants, not by killing brown and even white people on the street. It's crossing over now, and believe me, this is gonna really spark the nature of so many people who are gonna show up and say, no more. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Now the rhetoric is we want to overthrow the U.S. government over this. Look, there was an election. Overwhelmingly, the American people voted one way. It might not be the way you like, but that's how democracy does work. And for him to get on his high horse and say, I didn't get the result I wanted, so now we should overthrow the current administration. Look, I remember a time, it was the 90s. I'll just come out and say it. I'm a 90s liberal trapped in the present current idiocracy. And this kind of language doesn't help. Rhetoric from other politicians, and we're not gonna go in a huge, but I got to show you a couple more things. I just think this is a bridge too far. He should walk this back, and everybody needs to turn the temperature down. Alan, before I show you two more things, I want you to.
Yeah, the chat is loving this, by the way.
Okay.
I say sarcastically. Here's my big thing is these actors and these politicians sitting again in their mansion suites begging the normal person to be martyrs. It's like, they want us to put our lives on the line for this when they're not willing to do it themselves. And that's the problem I have with this whole movement is the leaders are inciting. They're not, look, if someone high profile wants to be a martyr, there you go. That says something. But when you tell people they need to be martyrs, that's another thing.
This kind of language from a lot of people, we've ignored this story up until today. It's gone too far for me. This is a disgusting comment. People in Hollywood should call him out. Mm-hmm. Turn the temperature down. Here's Bill Maher quote. This is in a story from Variety. I'm just going to read the salient point. Bill Maher says Hollywood celebrities need to shut the fuck up in order for Democrats to win future elections. You can agree with that or not. I agree with the sentiment. Shut the fuck up. Hollywood is sort of the epicenter of the woke left. I don't think they're doing the Democratic Party any favors. I think if Democrats want to win elections in the future, job one, tell the celebrities to just shut the fuck up. You're not helping. You don't strike people in most of the country as sensible or in touch with reality.
69.
What do you think about what he has to say, Alan? And I got one more for you.
Yeah, no, he's right. I mean, as much as I don't agree with Bill Maher's politics, he's always seemed to be educatable, if that's a word. He does something that I wish all liberals would do, and it's have some principles and have some values and stick to them, as opposed to wanting power and shifting your values to get that power. He's been saying this for decades. He hasn't changed in decades, and because of that, he sees what's going on.
Well, he's a 90s liberal. Like, the 90s was so great. I don't remember talking about race so much. Mm-hmm. My friend group was very diverse, just organically. It was like, we just liked the same music, or we liked motorcycles, or we liked comic books, or we liked movies. We had friends that just were, you and I are friends because we love movies. We don't love the same movies. We have, our taste is different when it comes to certain things, but that's what connects us. Let me end with this, and we'll get a comment on this. Sydney Sweeney, also from Variety, says that she's not here to speak on politics. I'm in the arts. I'm not here to speak on politics. That's an area I've ever even imagined getting, not an area I've ever even imagined getting into. It's not why I became who I am. I'm an actor because I like to tell stories. I don't believe in hate in any form. I believe we should all love each other and have respect and understanding for one another.
Can you scroll up a little bit?
Yes.
Keep going. There you go. Stop.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll stop there. I'll stop there for you, Alan. But look, she's being sensible. She's like, look, I sell a product. The product is me. I am the product. I'm an actor. I appear in movies. I entertain you at award shows. I'm on social media. Maybe I do something funny like promote my new lingerie line by climbing the Hollywood sign. Okay. That was clever. And I don't know, man, just the Giancarlo thing, the way you said that, I'm so sickened. I'm not going to give that Mandalorian and Grogu movie one time. If he is in that movie, F that movie. I mean, I'm at the point, like I said, Alan, we have been mocking celebrities, putting their foot in their mouths over politics since the film threat began in the 90s. When I spearheaded a charity, Hats for the Homeless, as a way to mock celebrities. So, I mean, like, oh my God. Okay, I'd love to. Final thoughts from you, Alan, and then we're going to talk movie news and reviews like we normally do, but I couldn't ignore this.
Mm-hmm. He's not in the movie, by the way.
Well, so you say he's a character in that franchise.
Right, but according to IMDb, he's not in the movie. But to your point, I don't know. Famous celebrities, I believe, don't understand the common person, the people like you and me, who have had to actually have jobs to support families, to survive day to day. But for some reason, I will say specifically the Democratic Party, it feels like every choice they have for leaders are the ones who appeal to the public. You know, it doesn't matter their politics. It doesn't matter whether they have good management skills, whether they can manage money, govern a state. It's all about who is electable, who looks good on television, which is why we get someone like Gavin Newsom, very slick, very good looking. You know, and my whole point here is, you know, at some point we just need real leaders. You know, instead of following celebrities and following charismatic speakers, how about follow people who know how to run a business, how to run a country, who understands what it's like to be us, and listen to those people. You know, the celebrities, especially particularly the famous ones, they don't know what we live like anymore. You know, they just have their little causes that they have to fight for, and you know, screw these people.